Hey, welcome to my journey into another weighing video. I hope y'all don't get mad I do these in the car, because it just seems like, well, when Wesley was in the NICU, I was always in the car. And then it's like on Fridays, I don't have anything scheduled to do, and so I have errands and things to run and things that I want to do, things I need to do. Like I got some things I need to do today. And it's just easier on me to kill two birds with one stone and film this while I'm in the car, so then when I get home, I don't have to take time to film it and then edit and then upload. So I hope y'all don't mind that every time you see me talking these days is in the car. It's just easier on me that way. So for weigh-in, y'all remember last week? I know y'all remember last week, and I told you, I said I didn't want, because I hit Wonderland. In case you missed last week, I hit Wonderland. I said I didn't want to get excited because I didn't want to jinx it, because I believe in jinxes, and if I talked about it, then I would jinx myself and something would happen. Well, I'm glad to report I got on the scales this morning and I had gone down to 196.2. So I stayed under, and please let me stay there. Don't let me gain enough to pop back over the 200 mark. I just don't want to. So that give me a loss of 1.8, and listen, I'm going the opposite direction, and I can't get rid of the sun. I normally go that way when we're in the car. And a total of 180.9. So let's go ahead and stop, and when I get home I will have this to insert for you. Okay, here we go. 180. Oh, that's blurry. I'm getting it on my finger. I'm having to use super glue because my E6000, I can't get it out of the, oh my gosh. Maybe that'll stick. So there you go, there's my 180. For you. Yes, so there we go. We got another button going. But where I'm going this morning is I got to go to the Dollar Tree because I don't have enough tinfoil pans for my, because I'm doing another throwaway. That was so nice at Christmas. Oh my gosh, everybody got their leftovers, went home, we condensed down what we had and threw everything away. And buddy, I'm gonna tell you what, a nice pretty, I've had them, nice pretty Christmas spread, Thanksgiving spread with your pretty dishes and your, you know, decorative this and that. At this stage in the game, listen, next year I might want to go put on the dog, you see what I'm saying? But this year, just throwing it away felt so good. So I need some more pans for my things we're going to have. We're not having home foods, home cooking foods. We're having a friend of mine from school, her husband smokes butts every year, and so I ordered a butt from him, and so then we're going to make, you know, barbecue sandwiches. So I'm going to make my infamous barbecue or fish slaw. That's what I call it, because it's the same slaw, red slaw. You eat it with barbecue or fish. And back when me and the first husband had fish fries, because he was a fisherman extraordinaire, we had more fish in our freezer than any other thing that you can count. We ate fish all the time because, hey, it was free, with the exception of boat gas and bait. It was free food. That is one thing I'll say about him being a hunter and fisherman. We did eat things he hunted and things he fished. But we would have big fish fries for the family. And I'd always make my big thing of slaw. Haven't made it in years. Because me and David, we don't do those things, fish fries and things. So I'm gonna make a big old thing of that. And it lasts months in the refrigerator, months. And I'll send some home with anybody that wants any, you know. Because David ain't gonna eat it, you know that. Well, and like baked beans, macaroni and cheese, deviled eggs, tater salad, that kind of stuff. And I'm gonna make a coconut sheet cake, that real moist one that's just decadent, and a peach cobbler. David said, hey, you some of the peaches we got up there in Amish country, make a peach cobbler. I said, well, I'll do it. So I need a pan for that. I got a pan for the cake. That's the only thing I got a pan for. Oh my good Lord, people. Listen, they put this round thing there They changed the traffic pattern now. Finally, they cut off 2 sections of the straight road where they're going to build their on ramp to the new bridge they're building. So they paved this circle thing on the outside of the road, and they got a stop sign with a light on it. The only thing is there's nothing anywhere for anybody to come toward you. People sit there and stop and look. I know you're supposed to obey the laws. I'm just saying. They sit there and they look. It's blocked. Nobody can get through. There's nobody that can get through to you. You are just... I know. Every time I get in this blasted car, I complain about people's driving. Oh, anyway. But before I go to the Dollar Tree, first place I'm going is Northern Hydraulics. I don't know if they call it Northern Hydraulics and Northern 2. I don't know, but anyway, I'm going to get David's Christmas present. We don't typically buy Christmas presents, but some years we do, you know? Some years we do, some years we don't. Used to, we never did. Every now and then he'd throw me a little something, you know, in there. And he told me last week, he said, he knew what he was getting me for Christmas. I said, what? And I had already decided what I was going to get him for Christmas a while back. And he said, I've been thinking about it for 2 or 3 years. He said, but I just didn't think you were ready. He said, I think you're ready now. I'm like, okay, just keep telling me stuff like that and expect me not to wonder what's going on. What? Okay, it makes it sound like until I got my knees fixed, lost my weight, there was something he wanted to do for me, but I wasn't ready for it until I did those things. And now that I've done those things, what in the world could he give me? I'm very perplexed on this one. He told me, he said, I want to research it. He said, but everything I put in, it'll show up on your Google. I said, yeah, it will. I said, go incognito mode. That never shows up. It'll go away. You'll never see that. So I'm pretty sure that's what he's been doing, going in incognito mode. In case y'all didn't know that, just click your little dots and go down. And incognito mode means nobody will ever see it. It won't be held in your memory, nothing. So you can do it without anybody knowing. So that's what I know he's been doing. But I can't decide. I've got so much to do at home. Y'all, I told David this morning he was home. When I got out of the shower, he was already home. I said, oh my gosh, I said, I got so much to do. He said, what? I said, well, if I start listing it out to you, I'm going to get depressed. I have so many things to do at home, and I ain't feel like doing none of them. I'm having one of them slumps. Y'all been with me long enough to know, y'all know I go through them. He upped my medicine, and it's helping. And then all of a sudden, I just went through a slump. And I know I've been in this bipolar body long enough to know that's what it's from. Because he upped my medicine, I started feeling better, and then I just went through this. Okay, my body's tired, my brain is tired, I have no oomph. I get home, like I can go out and thrift. That don't bother me. I can go out and thrift. Of course, when I come home Tuesday, I was exhausted. Where am I going? I'm not even going to the right place. I don't even know where I think I was going. I don't even know where I was going. I was going on autopilot somewhere. But I was tired yesterday. Jacob come in the morning, and I had a doctor's appointment, sleep doctor. I'll tell you about that. And then we played and went to McDonald's, and I had to drive separately because I had to run to the doctor, and it's just right down the street from the McDonald's. We went to our new one that's right down the road from the house where they're building that Lowe's Foods and everything. And the parking lot was full. We're like, whoa, this place is full. Well, she come out and met us. She goes, we open tomorrow. So today is their opening day. So we won't get to try that one for another 2 weeks because next week's Christmas and the next week's New Year's dinner. So the next week after that, we'll have to try out the new McDonald's. But, so then after that, then RJ and Holly and Wesley came. And of course, you know, I sit there and held him. That was not taxing at all, but I was already tore up, tired from playing with Jacob. I was just tired. When they went home, I was just tired. There was one night this week. What night was it? I ordered pizza Wednesday. Oh, I was tired from something on Wednesday. I can't remember what it was. I was not feeling good on Wednesday. Oh my gosh, I was not feeling good. So I went on there and ordered some pizza. I'll do that probably once a month. There'll be a day that I just feel like I just can't make it. And so that's what happens. I don't even feel bad about it. I don't feel guilty about it. You do what you got to do. You know, I am not no mega woman. I am not no superhero. I used to be, even when I was big, I was. And then age and health and things start dragging you down. And even though I have lost 180 pounds, I still have those dragging days. I mean, you know, this sun is just something in the mornings, ain't it? But I can't decide if I want to go to a few thrift stores while I'm out. Dragging my butt around the house, won't get nothing done, but thinking about going to the thrift stores. That's about ridiculous. No, what can I say? Well, Northern Tooling Equipment. I know it used to be called Northern Hydraulics. They moved it up here to the old Staples, not Staples, Office Depot. No, was it Office Depot or Office Max? It was one of those. I remember coming up here when they went out of business, and we got up here when it was real marked down. So I got some cool stuff, but it is now this. I hope they have the one I want in stock, so I don't have to order it, because I want him to use it this weekend. I'll go ahead and tell you what it is. It is a rolling stool for the garage. His legs bother him, and I've been wanting to get him one for a long time. I said, well, that'll be Christmas. Because he's stooping over and squatting and stuff like that. It really bothers his legs. He'll come in. I told him he better go to my doctor. He better, oh, we'll talk about that too. About my doctor and my doctor. He better go see my back doctor, because I think his back has made his legs that weak. And he'll come in, sometimes he can't even hardly get up off the couch after working out in that building. So I want to get it and let him have it this weekend, because I know he'll be out there playing with his stuff. So anyway, well, let me go in and we'll pick up talking in a minute. Okay, well, I'm out of there. Glad to report they had one. I asked her, I said, now, if they don't have, I had to ask the girl where they were, because my gosh, I've never been in here. They got everything. Everything. Everything tool and industrial related. I said, I know which one I want. It's on the website. If you don't have it, can they get it here for Christmas? She said, no, they're not guaranteeing anything for Christmas. I said, well, let me pull up. I said, I remember how much it was, and I looked at one that was that price, but that was not the one I looked at that I wanted. So I pulled it up, and I said, this one right here, that's the one I wanted. And there was one on the shelf. She said, let me check that number. She goes, here it is. Well, part of the box has got a little, like, pushed in tore part. She said, if there was anything wrong with it, I can bring it back, no problem. But I don't think that, it don't look like nothing has fallen out or nothing like that. Just maybe it got damaged with something sitting on it or something like that, you know. But I hope he likes it. I'm giving it to him today, because I want him to use it this weekend, because he'll be out there playing with his car. And I just want him to use it. I would have got him one for the bench too, his work bench, but I know good and well he's not going to sit down and work up there. He'll stand up. I know that. But whew, getting kind of warm in here. So now I do need to go to Dollar Tree to get my things. I was going to tell you about the doctor. I went to my sleep doctor yesterday, and last year when I had my home study, you know, you get the little things you put on your wrist and blah, blah, blah. Simple little study that you do at home. It showed I was just so close to not having sleep apnea. So she kept me on it. She said, we'll visit you again in another year, give you time to lose more weight, which I did, obviously. So she said, okay. She was so proud of me. She was just so proud of me. And that makes you feel so good when a doctor is proud of you. And she said, well, let's do one more home study and we'll see how you're doing. She said, have you slept without it? I said, as a matter of fact, I did. I said, because I got some new supplies and I couldn't get my head strap to stay on. I said, in a couple days, like 3 days, I finally come to me, zip tied on, so I did. I said, she said, well, how did you do? I said, the first 2 nights I slept good. This third night, I had my mouth open, and I was breathing and drying out all night long, so I couldn't do it. She said, well, that's a good sign. She said, but what'll happen is, if it shows on your home study that you still have sleep apnea, we'll just keep you like you are, keep you on your machine. She said, but if it shows that you don't, she said, then I'll send you to the sleep lab. She said, because I need backup. She said, it gives you a more, I guess, intense, for lack of a better word, diagnosis of your sleep apnea, because, you know, they put that stuff on your head and everything. The one at home has just got a little thing that you, like, stick to you up here where you breathe, and it is not very detailed at all. So she said that's just to follow, to give her a backup that says, okay, they don't have sleep apnea. She said, then you wouldn't have to do it anymore. I'm like, well, how cool is that? So that's what I'm hoping for, because I think the more I sleep without it, the more I would learn to keep my mouth shut, I think. Not in real life, keep my mouth shut, but when sleeping, maybe. She said, give it 3 or 4 nights to see how you do without it. I said, hey, I'll try. I didn't last night. I used it. But I finally got around to getting my pain journal. It took a month because I started calling him everything in the book. Wesley in the NICU. I spent so much time going back and forth over there, and then just not getting my things sent back to the doctor, and I finally got it back to him. And so he thinks that he wants to try the medial branch block on my mid-back. I didn't think my results from that nerve block, where they just test you for the, like, next how many hours, day or whatever, I didn't think the results were good enough that it would qualify, but he seems to want to try it, so hopefully we'll see if that'll work. And then I go back in January, and that is on Christmas Eve morning at 8:30. So if it was any later, I would have to change it, because we're having our meal at like 3 o'clock, and I have a lot of cooking to do. But I think I can swing that, because he shouldn't be running late at 8:30, because that should be like the second patient of the morning, I think, unless they start earlier. I'm not sure what time he starts, and I want it to go ahead and start working. I'll just tell you I do. And then for my lower back, that ain't nothing helping, I go back and see him January 7th to see what we can do. So that is the doctor situations. I got to talk to Sebastian on his birthday, which was the 17th, so that was what, Tuesday? No, Wednesday. Was Wednesday the 17th, 18th, 19th? Yeah, 17th. I got to talk to him on FaceTime. Well, I don't have an iPhone. It's the one you do on Messenger, Facebook Messenger. I just call it FaceTime for lack of knowing what else to call it. So I got to talk to him, and he told me, he said, I told him, I said, well, do you feel 9? He said, well, I really feel 10, as tall as I am. I said, really? He goes, yes. He said, let me show you. Well, they keep a mark on the wall how tall he is. He said, okay, you see this today? He showed me, because he did it on his birthday that day. He said, this is where I am today. And then he put the camera down. He said, that's where I was in February. There was a good, that much in between those 2 marks. Just since February, that's how much taller he's gotten. I told him, I said, boy, I said, well, your daddy's 6'2". I said, I believe you're going to be taller than your daddy. He said, I said, I believe you'll probably be 6'4". He said, 6'5". I said, all right then, we'll be 6'5". But he was telling me about his new toy he got for his birthday up there and all this and that. And he told me, he said, I still don't know what's in that box that you sent. I said, I know. And I told him, I said, be sure and send me a picture or something. I told his grandpa up there. That's mostly who the communication is done through. And I said, we're so excited that we were able to get it for him. We want to see his face to see if he was as excited to get it, because it was a virtual headset he wanted, virtual reality headset, and RJ didn't want him to have it because he didn't want like unsupervised play of who knows what kind of games, right? Because he's 9. And so he already had to talk with him and told him he couldn't do that. So the boy knows he's not getting one. Well, turns out they're getting him a PS5. And so they happen to make a virtual reality headset to go with PS5 that only plays the games that you buy for the PS5. So then he will be monitored. So that's what we got him. So he knows he's not getting one, but he's getting one. And that's why we want to see, is he excited as we think? So I can't wait. It feels so good to get something you know that child wants, because he's not down here much. We don't get to do much with him, you know. So it just feels good. Well, I'm here at the Dollar Tree, so let me run in. Well, I got my stuff. My little manager, when I seen her, whatever day that was I come, I had to get some Christmas things that I thought I was wrapped up, had everything I needed. And then it dawned on me I needed to get my pans and a new candle lighter because it ran out. And she told me, she said, well, I'll see you again for Christmas. I said, no, I think I'm through. I said, Merry Christmas, because I don't think I'll be back. She said, we'll see. She was standing in there where I could see her when I went in. I said, yeah, I forgot something. She said, I knew it. So I got what I needed. Hopefully, listen, she said, I told her, I said, I didn't want to come next week. She said, no, you don't. She said, I'm telling you right now, Christmas Eve, because apparently they're open. She said, Christmas Eve, everybody will be coming in here saying, well, you don't have this. You don't have this. And she's like, they do it every single holiday. The day of or the day before, you don't have, because they waited till the last minute. She said, I just prepared for it, because she says it's all day long. So, well, where is that sun? It must be beating off that wall. That's what I'm going to do for this weigh-in video, because guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to quit filming right here, and then I'm going to start filming again and do a thrift haul. I can't help it. I'm right down the street from my Goodwill. I can't help it. I can't help it. It is the draw of the thrift. And I watch thrifting reels and stuff, and it just, I'm just like, I gotta go. Ain't a thing I need. Ain't a thing I need. But anyway, it's just fun. It is a fun hobby. If you've never thrifted, you should try it at least one time. So anyway, well, thank you for being with me. And I'm at 196.2, so yay, we're doing it. I hope everybody has a good weekend this weekend. Everybody gets their stuff ready for Christmas coming up, because it's flying up on us quick. December's going quick. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you tomorrow for a mini planner grocery haul.